This video is all about Lillebaby's Lillelight carrier, and I'm just going to go over some of my thoughts and a little quick how-to. Subscribe if you like my content, that would be awesome, and give it a like, it really helps me. Thanks.
Hi, I'm a mom to two girls and I do reviews and how-tos, and I'm going to be talking about the Lillebaby Lillelight. This is in the print Shibori. They have a bunch of different neutrals. This is the only print, at least as of the time of filming this. So this is a lightweight carrier that is different from any of the soft structured carriers that they have had previously. It is mainly geared towards under a year old. I did find that I preferred it up to about a year. You can continue to wear longer. I just didn't find it as comfortable after about a year. As your kid's getting older, they want to often be on your back and you want a little more support, and this doesn't provide as much support. But also, we were using our carriers mostly for hiking. I did use this like, go to the market, around the house, and I did really enjoy it for that. And if I had another smaller baby, I think I would use this a lot more. It's just really simple to put on, and it's not bulky like a soft structured carrier can feel, which is really nice sometimes. So first off, this is how I wrap it to put it in a diaper bag or just to keep it compact when I'm not using it. So this is the carrier. It has a hood, like most of them. It is removable easily with a little snap. It is a really nice material. The lining, nice cotton. I think they're all cotton except for maybe one has a hemp or bamboo mix. But otherwise they're all cotton, all organic cotton. The detailing on this one is, or actually all of the carriers, whether the gray or the browns, blues, etc., it's all this softer, almost faux leather feeling material. It feels really nice, and it looks nice. I mean, it's a very clean design. So the design of this is a waistband that you wrap around your body. So depending on how old your baby is or a toddler is where you're going to wrap it. With smaller infants, you tend to wrap up higher, and as they get a bit older, you wrap it a little bit lower. But it just goes around and then you tie it. And this is, so you can see, that's how you put it on. Now, the one thing that I don't personally love about the design of this is it only has one buckle. Now, it still works, it's nice, but it is frustrating sometimes when you want a little more adjustability or you want to be able to put it on a little more easily. With this one, you have to put it over and then try and get this other strap while your child's in there and hook it in, which it's not impossible. And I just found it a little, like, it takes a little bit longer to get used to if you were not used to only having the one side buckle. What I actually found is that I ended up doing was, pretend this is my baby. What I would do is, I would actually just take it, I would leave it buckled, I would place my baby or toddler here, then I'd lift up the panel and pull this over my head. And then I would tighten from there. So I found that a lot easier for me, and that's how I used it 90% of the time. With this,
So while I was going back over this, I realized I grabbed the doll's leg and arm. You definitely don't want to do this with your baby's arm. You want to use the baby's leg. I have no idea why I was doing that, but just ignore that and pretend it's a leg. My bad.
This one, they do recommend for smaller babies that you want legs out. You can actually just kind of lift baby and tuck the fabric because it's a softer fabric. It has more give. So you can tuck it to where your baby needs. And then you can also do legs in with the pillow. When you do that tucking and lifting up, you'll find that your baby comes up a little bit higher. So it does, I found it very comfortable for shorter periods of time. I did a couple walks that were, a couple miles, and it stayed pretty comfortable. My baby loved it. She was very happy in the carrier, but I often found it could get a little bit uncomfortable after using for a while, just because you don't have that lumbar support, or you can't do the straps in any other way aside from the cross, which I tend to find puts more pressure on my shoulders, but everyone's different. A lot of people love the cross straps, so that's just a personal preference. Oh, and then while I have this on, the hood, it's a little bit different design. If you have any of the Lillebaby structured carriers, if you have any of the Lillebaby soft structured carriers, they all, aside from the essentials, they all just snap. Or they have a clip. And it just snaps right on there. But with this one, it has a little loop. You take it, and you can either do this one or the next step up. And that gets your hood up into place. A lot of people just end up not using the hood. What I did was I would take it and fold it, and just do that and kind of tuck it in when I wasn't using it, because I still wanted to have the option of some sun protection if I needed it, but not having it in the way if you don't want to cover the print, but it just depends on the person. So that is an option. You can kind of just roll and tuck it. It stays a little bit more out of the way. But overall, I thought this was a really nice lightweight option. It was really nice in the summer. It didn't feel as bulky, but I did find that taking it off and on was, for me, a little more challenging. You can back carry early at 6 months, which is super awesome. One thing is, a lot of people found, because it only does the cross straps, that's the only way to wear it. You're going to have crossed straps in your front, and a lot of people find that can be a little bit unflattering or uncomfortable. I personally preferred to front carry with this. I did do some back carry, but I did find it extremely unflattering and also just not very comfortable. It really pushes on your chest a lot, but I did love it for front carry. I loved it when my toddler was a baby and under 1 year of age. I used it in the gray, this shibori, and then I also used that light brown that they have. And then they also have some beautiful blue ones, but I don't have that on hand, so yeah. But overall, I think it's a nice option. I actually have a full review on my blog. I will put a link in the description, and you can go read that if you'd like to. Just lets you know a little bit more information that I might have forgot in this video. So If you're really interested in this carrier, I would take a look at that and you can decide if it's the best option for you. One thing I did forget is they did design this carrier for petite parents who might have a little bit more of a difficult time with the completes, pursuits, etc. because they're so bulky. So this carrier can be worn for plus size parents, but it is more limited for plus size parents. I don't know if it goes up to a 20, but it is a smaller size range than any of the other carriers. So, and there's no extension, so you can't make it bigger than it is. So, yeah. And if you're interested in this, I will have a link in the bio. If you buy through my links, it does help me. I get a small commission at no extra cost to you, and it just helps me afford this. So thank you for watching this. I have more videos, more reviews, how-tos, a lot of baby wearing stuff, and I look forward to you watching more. So see you in the next one. Bye.
If you'd like to see a couple more pictures and how-tos, please just keep watching. So this is just putting on the Lillelight. You first want to tie it around your waist. And then you're going to go ahead and place your baby or toddler into the carrier. And you just want to make sure their legs aren't stuck in the straps. Then you're going to pull that around. This is the way that I said is a little more difficult. So as you can see, it is possible. It's just a little more difficult. I prefer just putting it over my head. You go ahead and buckle. And then you tighten it to where you want it. And then you just want to do a pelvic tuck. Make sure that baby is fully in the carrier and there's no pressure behind the knees. You can fold it if you need to. And you can fold down that top part if needed or wanted. This video just shows going from front to back carry. It is a little bit different than some other soft structures, so they suggest undoing the buckle and then loosening the other side. And you go ahead and pull one down, and then you shift baby to your hip and put your arm in from the back. I like to tighten it up just to make sure baby doesn't fall. And then you go ahead and swing your baby to your back while holding that other strap to ensure they don't fall. And then you go ahead and buckle it. I find it is a little difficult sometimes from this angle, but it is definitely doable. And once you practice it a few times, you'll probably find it pretty easy. And then you just want to snap it in the front if you want. It's not required. It just can keep it from getting into your neck and causing discomfort. This video is just showing you how to breastfeed in the Lillelight. And what I do is I go ahead and loosen the straps, and you can shift slightly over to your nursing side if wanted, or you can just go from the center. Sometimes if you're having a little bit of trouble, you can go ahead and loosen the waistband a little bit to shift them downwards. Sometimes you need to, sometimes you don't. Just depends on you. And then like I said, I loosen those straps and I latch my baby on. And then I tighten if needed. Sometimes I like to tighten a little bit more just to provide a little more support. And this is just me showing like using the product in your day-to-day life. I found it nice for when cleaning the house or, around at the market, etc. It was a nice option for, housework or when my baby just needs some comfort, but it wasn't a carrier that I was going to typically use if we were going for a longer hike. So it has its purpose, and then there are other carriers that I prefer for other things like hiking or if you're going to be doing extended wearing, etc. Lastly, I'm just adding a couple photos that you can see the product in use and get a little better idea of it out and about. And that's it. Thank you very much for watching. Again, if you can like and subscribe, that's awesome. If you're not into it, that's fine too.